be a champion, you must rise above all others. You have to fight to the very end. You must come together as one. Your opponent is going to do everything in their power to knock you down. When things look their darkest, you must fight through. A champion is someone that gets up even when he can't. A champion is someone that believes that the impossible is possible.
Shalom, we want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Ba'asham, Yahushai, Ba'asham, Barakah, Kadash. Double honors to our elders who rule Great Millstone well. And Shalom to all you Akim pushing this truth with sincerity. May you brothers endure into the end. Shalom. Just like you heard, this is Emmitt Smith. He's a Hall of Famer, and I believe, and he's just telling you what it takes to be successful in any sport. And honestly, the Apostle Paul described this truth as a race, as a sport. He gave you a parable story of a sport, doing this as disciplining your body. You know, when you're in sports, you have to beat your body into shape so that you could be the best you could be for that sport. Well, this truth, it requires you to actually put your best foot forward. All right, and this is more of a spiritual thing, which is even harder than a physical. Because a physical, all you got to do is eat right and lift a certain amount of weights or exercise to a certain sequence. This truth, you actually have to have the Holy Spirit dealing with you. So it's not for everyone. It's not like gaining muscle. Anyone could gain muscle. You just got to get to certain whey proteins and things like that. This truth is only for a select group of men. So go ahead, brother, get what you got.
This is Judges 7:1. Then Jerubbaal, who is Gideon, and all the people that were with him, rose up early and pitched beside the well of Hera, so that the host of the Midianites were on the north side of them, by the hill of Moreh and the valley.
Go ahead.
And Yahweh said unto Gideon, the people that are with thee are too many for me to give the Midianites into their hands.
Right. So in football, they even I've seen a movie where they show they do an open season where people are able to come off the streets and actually do a little test run for football positions. And that's what this is. This truth is pretty much everyone's getting a chance. So we're all coming together. We're all given a task. And just like all these men that were with Gideon, they all came together for a certain task. Now, with everybody there, he had to sort them out because the Most High is saying there's too many. What did Al-Tahar just say? There's too many.
Too many.
But then he sets the standards according to what the specifications are. Just like in football, baseball, they're going to say, okay, even in acting, it's called a casting couch. You come in, and if you fit the specs, you get the job. And that's just like this truth. Go ahead, brother.
Lest Israel vaunt themselves against me, saying, my own hand hath saved me.
Right. So there's a certain standard he set. Because he said there's too many, but the reason why there's too many is because he don't want you to think it was all you that did it. So that you don't boast in yourself. So honestly, he's having love for the men. Even the 2/3, he's saying, I don't want you to think that you've done this on your own. You're going to curse yourself doing that.
Praise me.
Praise him. So he's actually looking out for you. Just like if you was to watch out for your kid, before it gets hurt, touching the outlet, you say, hey, don't do that. Why? Because it ain't going to hurt you. You're trying to stop the kid from hurting himself. And that's what he's doing with these men. Go ahead.
Verse 3. Now therefore go to, proclaim in the ears of the people, saying, whosoever is fearful and afraid, let him return and depart early from Mount Gilead.
There you go. He set the first standard. He said, okay, if you're afraid, go. We don't need you. All right? And that's pretty much in sports. There's a certain standard that they set. Hey, everybody failing in college, go.
Get out.
We don't need you.
Can't keep a 2.0.
How you going to show up to camp? Or show up to the truth? You know, and at that time is the sport. How you going to show up to training? You know?
Yeah, you're afraid to lift weights, but you want to be a part of 2-a-days.
Right. Or you got an eating disorder. You can't eat right. You overeat. You don't eat enough. You don't sleep enough. You're too busy partying.
Go
Go ahead, brother.
And these returned of the people 22,000, and there remained 10,000.
Which means that was quite a bit. It was at 32,000, right?
It was at 32, and then it went down to 10.
To 10. So that's majority of the people say, I'm afraid. They want to benefit from the gain, but then they don't want to fight for it. That's the truth about those people.
So they just dropped out right there.
They just dropped out. Go ahead, brother.
Come on. Verse 4. And Yahweh said unto Gideon, the people are yet too many. Bring them down unto the water, and I will try them for thee there.
So he has an elect group, but now he's going to get an elect of the elect. Go ahead, brother.
And it shall be that of whom I say unto thee, this shall go with thee. The same shall go with thee. And of whomsoever I say unto thee, this shall not go with thee, the same shall not go. So
he's just giving his orders. Whoever I say goes with you. And whoever ain't, they go home. Go ahead, brother.
Come on. So he brought down the people unto the water, and Yahweh said unto Gideon, everyone that lappeth of the water with his tongue, as a dog lappeth, him shalt thou set by himself. Likewise, everyone that boweth down upon his knees to drink.
So they separated the men that drank from their, like a dog from their hand, or the man that got on his knees to drink from the water straight with his face like a dog. Go ahead.
And the number of them that lapped, putting their hand to their mouth, were 300 men.
300 men. So those men took the water out of there, squatting down, drinking water. Okay, go ahead.
But all the rest of the people bowed down upon their knees to drink water.
So everybody else got on their knees. And that shows a sign of lack of understanding what time it is. That shows laziness because they're exhausted. They can't.
They just throw themselves into the water and
right. No self-discipline.
No control.
No control.
Because you can't bring, the ones that were lapping were bringing a controlled amount so they can actually get as much water as they can.
But the others are like an Esau spirit, where they feel hunger so bad that they think they're going to die. They're going to faint.
So they can't breathe because they're taking in so much water. They can drown. Like you said, they're not even putting their head up. They're not looking at their surroundings.
Yeah. And they're actually in a time of war, and that's why he wanted them to bring the water up to their face so that they could be aware of their surroundings at all times. Someone that has their face submerged in the water, which represents the people of this time. If you're out stuck in the world, your head's down in the water. You don't know what time it is. But if you're bringing the water up to you, like the brother said, controlled, remember, woe to them that give suck in that day. Okay, that's what it is too. Is the ones that are drinking the water like a dog to their face to the water, they're like babies. They're not. They don't have understanding. The men that squat, take the controlled amount of water, drink it, watching their surroundings, protecting themselves and the nation. Those are the elect men right there, because they know what time it is. There's no time to rest. Just like Avatar said, you'll rest enough in the kingdom. This ain't no time for rest right now. It's time to be aware of your surroundings, what time it is, not only for yourself, but for your nation. Because if you fail your nation, yourself, you fail your nation, which is Israel. We're only for the children of Israel. Go ahead, brother.
Come on. Verse 7. And Yahweh said unto Gideon, by the 300 men that lapped will I save you.
Now, see, Yahweh said that to Gideon. He wasn't talking to all the men. That'd be confusion. He's talking to one head guy, and he's saying, hey, pass this message down, you know?
And at the same time, he didn't even tell Gideon to tell the men why he was making them do what they were doing. The men just had to follow orders. And then he saw what the Most High said was going to be the men he could keep and the men he should throw away. That's when he decided. But the men never knew.
And remember, also, the Lord's always selective. He seeks judgment. He loves judgment. So even amongst men, he judges amongst men. He judges amongst gods. He judges amongst everything. That's why even Cain and Abel. Go ahead, man.
And deliver the Midianites into thine hand.
And you know what? if you're given over to your desires to where it just overwhelms you, you're actually not being like the Most High. You're not being like His Son, Yahushua. Because He's such royalty just doesn't just go eat McDonald's and just...
Yeah, Donald Trump isn't royalty.
Yeah, no. You know, you're very picky in what you deal with.
Come on.
And that's how the Lord is with men. He's going to be very picky on who he picks. And men judge through the flesh. Yahweh judges through the spirit. Go ahead, brother.
Come on. Continuing in Judges 7 and 7. And let all the other people go every man unto his place. So the people took their victuals in their hand and their trumpets. And he sent all the rest of Israel, every man unto his tent, and retained those 300 men.
Right, so they're the ones that are going to get glory. The rest of them got sent home. They didn't make the cut.
Oh.
But what did the men do? They got their victuals, which means food.
Their food. Oh.
And then you got your chauffeur, which is what? What are they? They're supposed to be prophets and through the spirit. They're in a time of war, physical war, but it's talking about the elect men in this time prophesying. Lift up your voice as a trumpet. Go ahead, brother. Because a trumpet call is a war call. Even Esau knows that. His cavalry used to have a trumpet.
Well, I'll get it. This is Isaiah 58 and 1. Cry aloud, spare not. Lift up thy voice like a trumpet, and shew my people their transgression, and the house of Jacob their sins.
Right there. What was Gideon showed them their sin. You don't think it finally hit them what they were being judged out of?
God, as soon as they went home, oh.
Fuck, I missed out on that glory.
That was the cut? Fuck.
Yeah.
Oh, I was supposed to drink the water like that?
Regret.
Shame.
Shame. Huh?
Let's see here.
That's just like men when they look at these sports. That one movie, Fences, show that. He had shame that he didn't make it to the major leagues in 1920s.
But his son was about to make it.
So he was so ashamed he even stopped his son from trying. You know, and that's what a scoffer is. They fail from the truth, but then they become so bitter about it, they actually start to try to turn other people's heart away from it.
Come on. Because they couldn't get it.
Because they couldn't make the cut. Go ahead, brother.
This is, and the host of Midian was beneath him in the valley. Verse 9, and it came to pass the same night that Yahweh said unto him, Arise, get thee down unto the host, for I have delivered it into thine hand.
Get down into the armies, for he has delivered it. All he had to do was get down there, and it was his.
He said, go.
Yeah, it's yours.
It's yours.
Take it. The cut. That's how the elect are going to be. They're fishermen now. When you fish, you got to get a certain fish, because you got multiple fish in a pond. Then you got to make sure that it's a certain size. According to the law of the Most High, it has to have fins and scales. So then you're going to have to judge through even the fishing.
Oh.
And that's how it is. We're fishermen, so then we're judging. We're judges right now. And we're judging between the men to see if we could come across an elect. Just like in Willow Wonka, when the chocolate factory had the golden ticket. There was only so many tickets but everybody was buying them all.
Everybody wanted that ticket.
Yeah, but there was only certain ones that qualified. And then out of them,